Hi, I'll be going over the rotate array problem. So the umpire process for the rotate array problem. So first we have understand. So we're given an input called nums. And then so it's an integer array. So we're given an integer array. And then we're also given k. So integer array and k, number of steps. Then we assess it's always going to be non-negative, so we know it's always going to be a positive number. And our output is the modified integer array rotated by k number of steps. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and k equals 3, then our output would be 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we're given -1, -100, 3, 99, and k equals 2, then our output would be 3, 99, -1, and -100. So for match, I'm thinking of swapping elements, right? I've dealt with integer arrays before. I have to use a loop, right? So using loops. For this problem, you have to use the modulus operator. So using the modulus operator. But I don't think I've seen a solution that. I've done this problem before, but before I did this problem, I don't think I've seen a solution that I could use for this. So understand match plan. So plan. So for k, we use the modulus operator on k and length of the list, so like to get our smallest number of steps, right? And then we also create a copy of nums. So create a copy of nums. So we'll use that copy to rotate our array and swap elements. Then use a loop iterating over copied array. And then create a new variable. So we create a new variable that adds our index and number of steps with the modulus operator on the length of the list. So if we do this, we won't go over our length of our array, and we can still swap our elements. And then so swap swap our index of our array with our copied array. So yeah, we're just swapping our elements. So we use that variable to add where we would swap, and then we just use modulus operator so we don't go over the length of the array, and then we just swap our modified. We just modify our array and swap elements with our copied array. So for implement, so use modulus operator on k and length list. So you can say our rotate. This is how much we're gonna rotate our array by. So k percent len nums swapping this. So that gives us our smallest number of steps if we're given a large number of steps in this problem. And then we create our copy list. So create a copy of our list. And for I in range, then so we have our template. So we iterate over our temporary our copied list. And then so we create a new variable. So we could say I plus rotate, right? So we're adding our index with a number of steps, but then we use the modulo operator so we don't go over the length of our array. And so we have, this would be nums j equals temp list I. So then we're just swapping our elements based on the number of steps, and then we just use this so that we don't go over the length of the array. So I'll run it. Nice, we're able to pass both test cases. Submit it. Yeah, so I did this before, but yeah, looks like our solution works. And then let's see. So evaluate, I'm not sure. I want to say, O log n for time complexity. N log n. And I'm going to say space is O. Alright, thank you. That's my solution for rotate array.